The movie is named Running Scared, and it's a fast-moving comedy thriller about a couple of Chicago police detectives who are on the trail of a big drug smuggler. Now, that plot does not sound amazingly original. In fact, I think I have seen that plot in 40 other movies about cop pairs.
I think if all the cops had caught all the drug smugglers in the movies, we'd have no drug problem in the United States today.
And then we probably have no cops either, because what would they have to do? And then we wouldn't have any movies. It's just as well I didn't catch them all. The plot is not original, but how do you like my logic? What is new about this movie is the casting. Gregory Hines and Billy Crystal are great in this movie. They develop an easygoing, wisecracking relationship based on some of the fastest and funniest and occasionally wittiest dialogue I've seen in a long time. Here's a scene that shows what I mean. This is one of the best scenes in the movie. Crystal and Hines have cornered a suspected drug runner who has $50,000 in his briefcase, but they don't know what to charge him with because they don't have any drugs as evidence, so they think up this plan to make him want to be arrested.
Go! Can I have your attention, please? This block is being designated a neighborhood watch.
Yes, he don't. Rich people make him crazy.
And there's a guy up here named Snake. He's wearing garage sale clothes, and the top of his hair looks like a parakeet. He also has $50,000 in small bills in a briefcase. As his neighbors, it's your responsibility to make sure there are no suspicious characters or evil perpetrators lurking in the area who would seek to do him harm. Again, $50,000 in small bills, tax-free, in a briefcase, right in this apartment, which has really cheeseball locks. You can just push your way in, bop them in the head, take the money. Nobody will know. So it's up to you. Thanks a lot. Have a good day.
Their district commander gets tired of their freewheeling methods and orders them to get out of town, and in Key West, they seriously consider retirement.
Women over 70. You'll love this.
It's a fixer-upper at best.
Then I'll get a better price.
It's not easy running a bar, you know.
Neither is being a cop. But running a bar has more room for error. But I'm still going to need my partner.
I can tell that. But I don't have 40,000 bucks burning a hole in my pocket.
You have been paying into the pension fund for 16 years. When you quit, you get it back. Come on, Ray, let's take a crack at the good life while we can still enjoy it. We're busting our ass in Chicago and nobody cares.
I still like being a cop.
This will be the same thing. We break up some fights, we argue with some drunks, we'll rouse some hookers, and occasionally, if we're lucky, we will get robbed.
All cop movies need a chase scene, and Running Scared comes up with a new approach, a car chase on Chicago's elevated train tracks.
4763. Pursuit has left the interstate. Now we're on the L.
That chase is supposed to be the high point of the movie, but actually there were a lot of other things I like more than the chase in this movie. The chase, in fact, for all their effort, it wasn't that good. They went to all that trouble to put those cars on the elevated tracks, and then they didn't shoot it to make it really exciting or funny. I kept waiting for a shot from ground level showing people doing a double take as a yellow cab goes overhead on the tracks. Or even in that shot we just saw where they go past the station.
Right.
How about a shot of somebody putting down his paper and a cab just went past instead of a train?
Or you have someone yell out, taxi.
It's amazing. You can do, somebody who's confused, you can do a lot with this movie, but what they did was they kept their camera mostly in the chase cars themselves. You could see it there, either point of view shots going down the track or looking ahead or looking behind at the other car. And being inside the cars in a chase is the worst place to see a chase from, a basic mistake. Anyway, Running Scared doesn't depend on the chase anyway. It depends on the chemistry between Billy Crystal and Gregory Hines, and it's there. They make a great team, and they make this movie a whole lot better than the usual cop movie. So just because of those characters and their great dialogue, I like the movie.
Okay, and this is another case where I am just under recommending it, and it's because I thought I think you did pick the best scene with that. The
$50,000.
That's a very funny bit. It's a very clever bit. That's like one of the very first scenes in the movie. I steadily saw this film disappear from what I thought was going to be more with them and more in the routine of getting the drug smuggling. At times, I felt that the dialogue, even between the guys, was a little bit forced. And I'll use by comparison what I think is a better film, 48 Hours. Eddie Murphy and Nick Nolte. Now, they're not partners, but they eventually become partners. And I thought that the interplay between them and the realism of the violence and the real comedy, I thought, was tougher than this picture. This picture is using real settings, but it's phony violence in a different way, and it just wasn't as strong for me.
Well, 48 Hours is a better picture than Running Scared, but on the other hand, 48 Hours was more of a drama.
Yes, it was.
And this movie is basically
a comedy.
A comedy.
Yeah.
And Billy Crystal, it's his first major movie role. I think he's very good in the role. Gregory Hines has always been good, and this movie shows him more in 3 dimensions than we've seen recently.
I wish Billy Crystal had been let even looser. I felt there was almost a desire on the part of the director, Peter Hyams, to give him each equal amounts of space, and I would have let Crystal go crazy, because I think Crystal could have done, for this picture, what Eddie Murphy did in 48 Hours. That's my criticism. We split again the same way, just a little bit on Running Scared. Roger enjoyed the cop caper. I found the relationship forced, but I sure enjoyed Billy Crystal, which he had a bigger part.